This is the update from the shipyard. I'm starting on the second level of the scaffolding. This is the starboard side, so we're quite a way along on the fairing on this side. The upper part here, that is in the finished, that has the finished fairing layer on it. This intermediate one between these two rub rails, I think they've got two more poles on this one, and then one more on the one underneath. But you can see from the fairing, she's starting to take the shape of a super yacht. So all along this starboard side is almost done. And as you see, as we go up to the next level, you'll see we've started doing the prep work and the primer on the forward superstructure block. I have removed the aft superstructure block, which is on the floor, but fairing has actually started on that as well while it's on the floor, and the painters were actually quite happy to see it on the floor. I removed it because we've got an awful lot of work done in the engine room, which we'll get to in a second, but this will be the bow as she's cutting through the water. So as you can see, we've also got all of the seat. The foredeck seat is fully in, welded in, and in here, just down there, is the crew escape hatch. So, oh, ow, ow, ow. So this superstructure block is fully in, been cleaned up in 661 primer, and we just did the inspections on today. The report of the thickness report will be going into LXL for their warranty purposes, to make sure everything is been done according to their spec, which it did. It passed with flying colors. So as I go in, skip across the patio door, you will see the insulation, which is final fit out. Means the metalwork is fully done, and I'm very happy to see all of this insulation going in at the moment. One of the biggest things somebody that's familiar with the Broward boats will wonder why all of our aluminum is red. We put a primer coat on every piece of aluminium and steel, inside and out. So this is all protective primer, even for the inside of the metal, and this will all be getting insulation going up right now. As soon as the insulation's done, we can start hooking up our pipe work. We'd already brought it up right here. These are for the deck drains and some air conditioning condensate lines, and they will go up and plumb in right here. So as soon as the insulation is up, all of that starts. The electrical cable trays have already been fitted. They go between here. Again, as soon as the insulation is up, the tray goes in and we start wiring. So that's a big sign to see all of this turning silver. And everything's fully finished and welded down. So, as you can see, I've taken off the aft section, but it was fully fitted. As you can see, all of the NiClad bimetallic strip here is all in and welded to the deck. So as soon as we've loaded the engine room right here, the superstructure goes on, the aluminum just fits straight to this aluminum side and welded in. It's that easy. And as I say, the painters have already started the prep work on that while it's on the ground, which actually makes it easier. We've had an awful lot of work getting done down in the engine room, which we'll go to in a second. Let me just go upstairs. As you can see, everything, all the aluminum now is in white primer. Next stage is all the fairing will start on this. This is your view from your sun pad. Actually, again, all this seat is obviously now fully in, fully welded. The only thing we've got left to weld up here are some doubler plates in here for the table pedestals. Because this has a slight camber to it, we've got to weld in a round disc that fits underneath the pedestal. So the location of those is the only thing we've got left to weld in. And then this is fully complete. They'd put the wrong primer. They put the red primer in this. This is the wing station. So the wing station will fold out and then you'll operate the boat from there, but that gets the white primer, not the red primer. So we're just changing that right now. But the console is all in, fully in, welded down, ready to start fairing. As I say, all of this primer has passed today's inspection, and reports will be put into Alexial so we can start order fairing on this area. Go down to the pilot house. Now we've finally got the stanchion out. We can fully see the scope of what the pilot house is now. Obviously everything's in red primer to protect the metal, even though it's on the interior. Again, this is the console. This is the underside of the console. Oh, right here. So you have access up here to all of the electronics, and here you'll have a weather-tight, watertight hatch covering everything. So you've got, just have to pop down the overhead panel, take these out, and you've got full exposure to all of your underneath electronics in your console. Okay, this is the way down to the crew area and to the galley. Oh, so this would be the galley area. And everything where you see a cross, that will be getting the pin, and the insulation will be going in right there. We now have the second stairway going down here. This is the stairway to the crew. We are fully getting ready now to start installing the crew, but this area has got a little bit of government red tape. since we have cleaned, this is the mechanical space down here where all of the freshwater equipment goes. And we have all of the white paint to paint this, but Vietnam has changed their import laws on some chemicals, and our paint has those chemicals in it. So right now our paint is stuck in customs. We expect to get it out in the next couple of couple of days. So we're expecting by the end of this week this will be fully painted white, and we have all of the machinery, the water heaters, the headhunter filters and pumps ready to go get installed. But that hasn't stopped us installing all of the copper pipe. So you'll see all of these are the black water pipe and the freshwater pipes, and I think we've got a deck washdown pipe going up here as well. So all of this has to be finished before the floor goes down. The floor has arrived. The floor is in the shipyard right now, and the floors and the walls for this area. And with the next shipment, we are sending all of the ship sides, which is scheduled to be shipped next Monday. And then 2 weeks later, we're going to send the guys from the factory to come and install it. So we've got about 2 weeks to fully finish everything underneath this floor before this finally gets the cruise quarters, which we're on schedule for that. Looking at all of this pipe work going in, they're pretty well advanced. The only thing that coming on the container is also the hydraulic pipes, the 3 hydraulic pipes we got to get in here. So they won't start until the container comes. So that is the cruise area. Just about ready to start installing, as saying, I think on the 16th of December we'll start the install of this. Now, these are the big soft patches, which will all get the fire protection that we've been busy fitting inside the engine room. So as I said earlier, everywhere you see silver means all metalwork is finished, and we are ready to build this out. This will speed up now the metalwork's finished. So you can still see here all of the nightclad everywhere where the aluminum goes. It's already welded to the steel. Now, here we've got we've done all of it might look like a little job, but it actually takes quite a while to get all of our foundations in for all the watertight doors and the coamings. So all of these, we've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 4 just in this area. As you can see, these are the watertight foundations. All of this framework that I think you saw in the last video getting built is finished and is off the boat right now, so we can finish off everything underneath. And the good example is here in the engine room. So wow, just the difference in the noise and the atmosphere in here. Because what this is, actually maybe if I walk over there I can show you a little better. This is a firewall and a sound insulation on it as well. Basically we put the sound damping compound spray onto the metal, and then we put 70 millimeters of rock wool, first layer. Then we put a 1/4 inch thick lead vinyl lead layer for the sound, and then we put another 70 millimeters of rock wool on there. So this is beyond. This is supposed to be an A60, but it's far exceeds the specifications of that just in what we've used. A60 requires 50 millimeters and 50 millimeters. We use 70. So right now you can, I'm not sure if you can see, but there is a, let me see, a new camera, so try to zoom in. Right here you can see we have started the outer tubes for the shaft line, ready to start welding those in. I do have to have the outer tubes welded in before I can start manufacturing the drive shaft, because I've got to take that measurement from inside to out, and it has to be completely accurate, so we have to wait for them to finish welding those tubes in, but they're working on that now. So the next stage for this is we're cleaning everything up underneath, and then we'll put all of the framework back in all the way around. Obviously we're keeping these openings out. We'll take this one's just in temporary to stop the dust getting into the interior, but that one will come out once the cruise quarters ship sides arrive, and they will take those all the way through. So we'll insulate those later once all the interior is in, but we'll clean this up, and then we'll put all of the framework around, and then we paint. Once we get our paint out of customs, all this will get painted white underneath the floor, and then all of these stanchions you see here we've already built and fit the floor. So the floor will then get put down and painted white, and you'll see all of the clips up here. These hold the framework for the overhead, so all of that is already built. So all of that can go back in, and then we put on the forward bulkhead, we will put the white finished material, which is also another Pyrotech sound insulator, but it is finished in the gloss white. So that will be the finish wall of the engine room, and then after that we can start putting all the machinery in. So they've got an awful lot of work gone into all of this, just getting everything, all the fire insulation put in correctly. You can see how we've having to wrap all of the frames, make sure that's covered. So this one's now, it's everything covered in plastic is done, ready for the frame to go in, but we'll clean up all the floor before we start putting the frames in. And I'll walk down onto the floor in a minute, and you'll see the frames. The frames are so heavy that we can't carry them. They have to come through here. So just leaving that aft section of the house off has just improved efficiency immensely. Oh, I'm not sure if you could tell by the sound of my voice now, as I've gone out, left the insulated cabin of the engine room. Oh, let me try and perch on this. Oh, I was trying to show you the section of how it's built up, but that is just one piece of 70 millimeter firewall. I've got to dig down quite a way to get to the 1/4 inch of vinyl lead for sound, and then another 70 right there. Oh. Again, all the watertight penetrations are done on here. Let me walk the balance beam. And the shed we are in is probably about 300 feet. And we are taking up most of this shed with all of our parts that are all lined up, ready to go in and been built. So I will go down and show you all of the parts we've got just ready to go in as soon as the time is right. You can see here, this is the work on our outer shafts, big outer shafts. Let me see, right down there. So we're just getting all the drive line now squared away. Once the outer tubes are in, we have to manufacture the inner tubes that will hold the bearings and the shafts. So before I can build the inner tubes and cut the shafts to length, these outer tubes all have to be in, which I've finally got the shipyard to start working on. Those are the small exit tubes. These are the longer P-bracket tubes. Fit right on there. So these are the, oh, where am I? These are the floated. This is a floating bulkhead on the forward section. So you can just see how this is all steel. So you can see how heavy this is. That has to use the crane on that to get that in and out. But the next time, that should be going in pretty soon, and that will be going in for good now. And here is the aft section, which, as you can see, is fully white and fairing, and the paint team has already been started on this. This was all checked this morning as well for the primer, for the report to be sent to Alex Seal. So this is all ready to start fairing as well. As I say, the paint team were actually happy. We just set up a small scaffold for them. They were quite happy it was on the floor. This is all your furniture now. So actually, let me go out and show you what has been done first, before I show you what's left to be done. As we got more engine room bulkheads, this is the last of the floating bulkheads right here. And then all of the side walls and the aft walls are already in primer. This is the floor. So this is the floor. So you can see where we've cut around all the standpipes and everything. So this part's the floor, and then the titanium colored. These are the sidewalls, the sidewall frames, and the sidewall frames. And then you can see we've got a little workshop area where all the furniture is getting built for the flybridge. This is the massive U-shaped dining seat that fits between the forward helm seat, which is right over there, that will fit there, and then the jacuzzi will fit right here. So you can see how very comfortably you can fit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then chairs 8, 9, 10 along this side of the table. So it's very comfortable seating for 10. We're leaving accesses here for all the electronics. So Dave will be happy to see the access we're giving for all those to be run up the mast. The mast post sits right behind it and goes up like this. So it's very easy to get the wires up from the deck straight up and through. And then this is where the pop-up TV will come out. It's designed for the whole pop-up unit to fit inside here, and then you got full access to everything. All the sides of the pop-up, and then even under here, you got access to the bottom. So full access to the pop-up mechanism and to the TV once it's in the down position. So this is now fully fabricated, and the welders are just going at it now just to weld it up. Two that's already been welded. These are the raised higher helm seats. So this will be the port side, and then you got the gap here that goes back to the flybridge, and then you got the starboard one sitting right over here. So this gets welded to the bulwark here, and then these are raised up this much, just to give you a better view as you're sitting there and get the breeze coming over the windshield. So these two are finished, fully welded. This one is fully fabricated and getting welded now. And then this is one of the aft settees where you sit and watch the sunset in the evening with a little table in front. So this one is obviously just getting fabricated now. We've got one more of these to fabricate. And then in here, this is where all the pieces come off the CNC machine. So in here, we have, this is part of the second settee, but we've also got the, this is the jacuzzi enclosure right here. And I'm not seeing the bar here, so maybe they're still cutting the bar. That's a lot of pieces, that's quite a big bar. So these are all getting prepped to get fabricated right here, and then to get welded here. So by the time we load the engine room, and then we put the superstructure on and weld that in, all this furniture will then be finished and go straight on at the same time. And the paint guys are ready to start painting that. So as I say, all of this is just already, you can see all the bolt holes, everything is already, as soon as we've got everything cleaned up in the engine room, this will all start going back in. That will go very quickly. So I think while we're also doing the outer tubes, we're also doing all of the rudder tubes are going in right now at the same time. So all the tubes are manufactured and going in now. Not sure if I had on the last video or not, but we got all of the removable hoop rails. These are all the lightweight removable hoop rails, and we also got in these shore power. Oh, the Glendennings will go behind that for the cord reels. Again. Oh. So again, this is the update for, I think it's Tuesday. I think it's November the 26th. So now the metalwork is winding down in a lot of areas. That's when I can now get multiple trades in, as I say. So you'll start to see plumbers in here, electricians in here, some carpenters in here. We'll get all kinds of other trades going on now. So, that concludes the update from the shipyard. I will be in the factory at the start of next week to give you some more interior shots. And next Monday, the next container with pretty much all the cabin sides for the cruise quarters will be getting shipped. And that'll take a week to get here, and then we'll have the guys come from the factory to install it. Should take about 2 weeks, we think, to install the cruise quarters. So hopefully on the next update you'll start seeing all of that going in. So that's it for now. Talk to you from the factory in a week. Bye.